Let's start with this marketing plan board where you'll manage your initiatives for the year. With this marketing plan board, you can plan high-level marketing initiatives for the year with upper management and set goals like increasing website traffic, improving conversion rates, promoting brand awareness, and more. With this marketing plan board, you can plan high-level marketing initiatives for the year with upper management and set goals like increasing website traffic, improving conversion rates, promoting brand awareness, and more. By defining your initiatives and your marketing planning here, you can then plan your campaigns to help achieve those goals, keeping you focused on what's important. You can set overall budgets for each initiative, which are here. You can use Monday work docs to brainstorm concepts here, and you can automatically notify your campaign managers when initiatives are ready to begin. So we'll dive deeper into those features and capabilities in this chapter. First, let's have a look at what makes up a board in monday.com. So what we're looking at now, this whole thing, is a board. Here is the name of the board, marketing plan, and the board description underneath it. The board contains groups to organize or group together items, which are what we call each row. So each of these: open new marketing channel TikTok, create new event series, new product launch. Those are all items, and then Q1 initiatives, Q2 initiatives, and Q3 initiatives are each groups. As might be obvious, in this case, each group corresponds to a quarter of the year. This way we can see what initiatives you're up to each quarter, and you can, of course, change your boards to group together your marketing initiatives in any way that suits your work. So it could be months, it could be years, it could be some grouping other than time. If we want to add additional groups for upcoming quarters in the future, we can do so here. So I'm going to add another one. It's going to be called Q1 of 2023. Great. As I mentioned, each row is called an item, and in this board, our items represent our marketing initiatives. So each item also has different columns. We have a whole range of columns to choose from depending on the sort of data that you want to see and what we want to display against each item. So let's look at the columns we suggest using for your marketing planning board. First, the people column allows us to assign the person who will take ownership over each initiative. In this case, I'm assigning myself. By assigning a person in this column, if it's someone other than yourself, they will get a notification that they have been assigned in their notification bell, which if I open it up again, it's right here, the notification bell. Great. We've also added a drop-down column, which we've named goal, to add a goal or multiple goals to each initiative. The files column, which we call in this board the Brainstorm column, is a great place to add an existing file from your computer or somewhere like Google Drive or Dropbox or Box, or you can start a doc directly from this column, so you can have group brainstorms about the initiative. I'm going to start one now, and I'm going to title it Group Brainstorm. And I'm going to say we want the theme to be purple. Maybe we could brainstorm about the audience. Who's our audience? And then I'll add bullet points here. 30-year-old women, people living in Sacramento, California, and so on and so forth. So that's docs. I could also use the status columns made up of customized colored labels to show the priority of each initiative as well as the type of each initiative. This will be helpful for filtering by a certain type of initiative or by priority. So for example, if I only wanted to see high priority initiatives, I would click on filter, scroll a little bit to the right, and then click high. And it would only show me this top one because that's our only high priority one at the moment. Okay, I'm going to clear the filter. I can also, of course, add other status labels if I want to add more priorities or more types of initiatives by clicking on Add or Edit Labels. Great. I'll also add the timeline column so that I know the exact dates an initiative is supposed to run for. And we also have a numbers column over here to show how much budget we've assigned to each initiative. Now let's look at these other columns. These two and this one. which are bringing information from our campaign's planning board. So they're bringing in information from another board. Again, the aim of these columns is to bring in live information about the campaigns we are running in connection to each initiative. This means that we have all the important data living in one place without the need to switch between boards. So firstly, we have created a link between this board and our campaign's planning board using this connect boards column. This allows us to link the specific campaigns, whether it's campaign 2 or campaign 1, from the campaign planning board to each initiative they relate to in our marketing planning boards. We've also added a number of mirror columns. That's this one and this one. And they pull the data related to the connected campaigns in this board so that we can see the latest live data without even having to switch boards. So here we've mirrored the status of the campaigns from the other boards, and we can see a nice summary of those statuses by clicking here. So I can click in and see what's in progress, what's live, and what's scheduled for each campaign or for each linked campaign. We have also added a mirror to the budget spent column. So that from the campaigns board so that we can see a total of the budget spent across all of the campaigns attached to each initiative. So here, since I have 4 campaigns attached to opening this new marketing channel, I see the total budget across all of them. Since we have a budget assigned to each initiative, we have also added the remaining budget column, which is a formula column, which I'll show you right here. This is our formula. Which is a formula column that deducts the budget spent amount from the overall budget amount. It's worth noting that you will only get access to this formula column if you are subscribed to our Pro Plan or above. You can, of course, edit or remove columns or add more through our column center here, which I'm going to open up. This will reflect additional information that you want to show on this board. I highly recommend taking a scroll through here and seeing what would be useful. For example, maybe in text, you would add a text column and then add a short creative brief. Great. So now that we've looked at the structure of the board, we can start to think about how we will use the board. Firstly, it'll be important to inform the owner of an initiative before it's about to start, according to the timeline we've assigned to it over here. Rather than manually informing each owner, we are utilizing one of the coolest features in monday.com, the automations. Automations remove, and I'll open those up right here. So automations remove manual repetitive work, which you can leave to the platform. To add automations to a board, you click on the robot that I just did, and you can either take advantage of our predefined recipes, which are all here, or you can build your own recipes using our custom automation builder. An automation starts with a trigger, like the changing of a status to affect an action, like the moving of an item. I'll show you that automation here. So for example, when status changes to something, you want to move item to a group. So maybe if the status changes to done, I move it to the done group. In this board, we're going to use a notification automation. So we're going to do when we actually want to do 5 days before date arrives, and we're going to choose the timeline start date. Then we want to notify the owner. So I'm going to choose who the owner is in this people column. Then it'll automatically pre-populate whoever's assigned in that column. And I'll say, hey, owner. It'll populate exactly who's in this column. Your initiative's name will start in 5 days on the timeline date. Get ready to rock it. Great. And that's the message that'll be sent to everybody, every owner, 5 days before their initiative starts. Awesome. Since this board will be used to plan for new initiatives and track where initiatives stand, it's important to be able to view the board in other ways than just this table. For example, by opening up our Gantt chart, we could see a visual timeline of the different marketing initiatives, which are here. We can even choose how to group them according to what we want to see. So right now, they're grouped by the type of initiative, but maybe I want to group them by owner. So in that case, I'll choose owner. I could see I have one, the unassigned, or everybody else has all the rest of the initiatives, and then I'll close the settings. Says it's likely that managers will be using this board to get a high-level overview. They would probably also appreciate some reports. On this board, we have pre-built a quarterly budget chart using our chart view. This bar chart pulls the data from the budget columns to show the overall budget for our initiatives for each quarter. You can, of course, add more charts or change the settings of this chart to show something different. So you can add more charts here by clicking here, and you can change the settings on the right-hand side. We'll be looking at reporting in more detail in Chapter 6. So great, now we've talked about how to set up a marketing plan in your board, so make sure to join me in the next chapter where I'll show you how to manage your individual campaigns.